Every hospital has a problem in hiring, every hospital has a problem in managing the manpower.
But the industry got boomed. That's what many people are failing. Money is not the matter. Skill level is not the matter.
And when we are hiring a staff, do we hire for skill or attitude? So, welcome to the Ophthall podcast. Today we have Mr. John Shaker, who is the expert in HR management for the last 4 decades, and he's also the chief strategy and people management officer at Bevel Hospitals. So, today we'll be delving into one of the most important aspects of healthcare. Basically, every hospital has a problem in hiring, every hospital has a problem in managing the manpower. Every hospital has lots of doubts in how should I incentivize, how should I train. And so in this podcast, we'll be talking with Mr. John Shaker, and he will be telling all his insights about how do we actually manage the manpower. So the first main problem I see in healthcare is, are hospitals giving less importance to HR compared to clinical excellence or purchase of equipments, or is HR not being the given the due importance in hospitals? What is your view, sir?
Yes, I have been working with people for the past 40 years. What is my understanding? I worked with manufacturing and retailing industry and even healthcare and educational institutions. So what top level people are thinking, managing people is a simple thing. They're taking it for granted. Okay, managing people, it's not a bigger challenge because I used to manage my subordinates. Then why I need to have a special skill of managing people with a qualification or some degree or some why special competencies are required for managing a people? That is a simple thought people are having it, but it is not like that. The similar type of thinking process has happened very long back in the manufacturing industry. Why union has come? Because people are not able to manage people in a proper manner. Because of that, union culture has come. What has happened with the retail industry? People were not able to identify the right talent. Working for a retail shops, a simple people who can take 10th fail or 8th fail people we can take, and we can run that business. That's why people were started not taking a lower level people, and they were doing the businesses. But the industry got boomed and the retail industry has come. The big challenges have started coming because today customers are something different. People want to have some experience, not just coming into a shop and buying something and they don't want to go out. They want to have some experience in each and every spare the time they are spending in their shops. Similarly, the healthcare also. When we talk about healthcare, okay, people are thinking, yeah, doctor can manage the entire show. Yes, that was true. Very long back, it was true. People are coming to a hospital only for getting a treatment. Today, the scenario has changed. Whether it is small hospital or bigger hospital, when people are coming to a hospital, people are also expecting some sort of experience. That experience, that's the biggest challenge today. That experience only people can give. Any type of people, even starting from the security, housekeeping, a front office person, even a doctor, or a paramedical staff, even a nurse, everybody has to give some experience to the patients. Today, even if we're talking about the patients, people are not willing to accept the terminology patients. People are thinking, I'm guest to this hospital, I'm expecting some sort of respect, I'm expecting some sort of dignity to whatever that I'm doing for the hospital. So that is a reason. So today, the scenario has changed, especially working with this newer generation, younger generation. The style that what I have adapted 10 years back, the style that what I have adapted 15 years back, the style that what I have adapted for 5 years back for managing people, it's not going to work out today. That's the reason people are started realizing we want to have a separate a HR person. I want to have a separate person to manage people. Your owners or a CEO or a top level person who invested money for the business, they cannot manage people in today's context because a lot of dynamics have changed today.
So, from what I understand, is because the expectations of the new age customer or the patient is different, and they are no more like coming only for the doctor, but they are also expecting a lot of experience and good service from all the other personnel who are working in the hospital. So the role of HR becomes even more important these days.
Yes.
Hospitals have to dedicate a special HR person who will be involved in managing these staffs working properly. So that is understood. So the second question is, why is it getting more and more difficult for hospitals to recruit right staff? Because whichever hospital owners I talk, they say like, sir, we are not getting staff for OT, we are not getting a staff for reception. Because previously it used to be other way, because people used to be proud to work in hospital. But nowadays, just like any other industry, healthcare is also having lot of difficulty in hiring the staff. Is it the reason of salary? Are they getting paid more in other industries? Or is there lack of availability of skilled manpower? What is the reason of this big shortfall in healthcare staffing?
Staffing is another challenge. I know there are many hospitals, people are working for more than 10 years, more than 15 years, till the retirement people are working. Attrition level of staffs are very less in some of the hospitals. There are hospitals I know, so people are not able to stick on, not even 1 month time. Quickly people are leaving. The reason behind getting people is not the biggest challenge in today's context. Retaining the people is the biggest challenge today. I will tell you two, three examples for better understanding. I was working in an hospital. The biggest challenge the hospital was facing that time was early attrition. People who joined the hospital within 1 month or 2 months, people used to leave. Suddenly, people will disappearing. Even one of the review meeting, my chairman was asking, what happened to that? The people last time you went and took some people from the campus drive. What happened to those people? Then I said, people are suddenly disappearing. Then immediately people are asking, what is the problem in why people are disappearing? Why people are leaving without telling any reasons? Then I started understanding the core issue. Then we lot of KRA, KPIs, and a supervisory development program, mentorship, lot of things have happened. The one lesson that what I have learned from that incident, one particular day, one small girl, a fresher, she wants to leave. Our supervisor said, I cannot leave because if you leave, then I will be questioned. That was the biggest challenge. They brought the girl to me. Then I was counseling that girl, why you want to leave? The girl said, sorry, sir, I want to go back. I said, why you want to go back? I don't know, I want to go back. Then I asked, why do you want to go? Tell me one reason, I will send you happily. If you're not able to tell the reason, so I will not send you. Then the girl, after a long time, after thinking, the girl told me, sir, I want a holiday on Sundays. Then I said, why you want a holiday on Sunday? The girl was not talking anything. He started crying. I said, don't cry, you tell me. So why do you want to get your week off on Sunday? Then finally the girl said, maybe the reason today that girl told that time may not be relevant today's context. That girl said, sir, only on Sunday in my family, they will cook chicken. Rest of the day, they will not buy chicken. So only for that eating chicken, I want to go to my native place. That is a one small reason I understood from that incident. Maybe the incident may not be relevant to today's context, where buying a chicken or getting a chicken is not a challenge today. Likewise, a lot of smaller untold reasons are in people's mind. Today, nobody is willing to listen what is the people's mind. That is the biggest challenge. So today generation are expecting whatever I am having in my mind, somebody has to read and understand. Or otherwise, the working environment is very difficult. The people will not articulate what I'm having in my mind. So the managers or the supervisors are the level of people who are able to read the what is in the people's mind. If you're able to read, if you're able to give some solution, people will not leave. This is what I experienced the last 40 years. So try understand what people are thinking, because today's generation is a totally a reactive generation, that they will not react to any situation. Because for example, say a small girl, the mother is scolding from other end, the girl will just all the scoldings she is receiving from the mobile phone only. He will totally, he will show his face in some other way. Even if you want to cry, she's crying before the mobile phone. She's laughing before mobile phone. She's scolding in the mobile phone only. they don't know what is the reaction other side people are having it, because that is the environment today people are living it. Understanding, not able to understand people's psychology, people's emotions, people feeling, that is the biggest challenge why people are living today. Money is not the matter. Skill level is not the matter. Not able to understand people emotion is the biggest challenge today. That's what many people are failing. If you're able to understand emotions and feelings of the people, people will retain. That is what my learning for the last 40 years.
Sir, I wanted to ask you this most difficult thing which healthcare people are facing today. Why is it difficult to hire staff? Is it because salaries are not in comparison with what they get in other industries? Or is it because the skill set is not available? And when we are hiring a staff, do we hire for skill or attitude? There are two questions.
Okay, I will take the first question. One of the biggest reason, the skilled people are available because the curriculum, the lot of training institutes are there. The people are available. The second important thing is whether the salary is matching to their skill level or not, comparing with other industry. So that is the biggest challenge. So people are asking, now I'm a graduate. If I work in some other industry, I will get this much of salary. And the same person, I am working for the healthcare industry because my role is something different.
Yeah.
I have, because my salary is one of the reason. So healthcare people are moving to some other hospital for 200 rupees or 300 rupees only. People are moving. The skill demand is more, but we are not paying that much of salary to the people. That's what the skill scarcity is happening.
So what you mean is the number of skilled people are lesser and the salaries are not matching the salary level of other organizations.
Yes.
For example, in ophthalmology, if you see what a optometrist or what a technician is getting in an eye hospital is far lesser than what they can get in a chain of optical shop.
Yes.
I don't want to name
Yes.
them, but a branded chain pays them more, but a hospital always pays them less. So in that scenario, what are all the things which we can do to retain the staff?
Yes.
Because hospitals cannot afford to pay comparison to a corporate organization which has got a lot of investor money. So what are other things which we can offer the staff to retain them in our
Yes.
organization?
So we can take three important aspects. One is, okay, so whatever the salary that we are paying, yes, we can pay that salary. Second thing, what are the earning opportunities that we can give to the people? Okay, so my organization is capable of paying only this much of salary. The people can understand. Second thing, what are the opportunities that we are going to give to the people for earning little more? For example, a lot of incentive schemes or allowances, special allowances. These are all the things. Incentive, yes, the business grows. Yes, you will also get share on that business. Anything, any way of different type of incentives plan that we can do it.
Are incentives ethical in healthcare? Basically, because see, if I incentivize a staff for counseling more patients, for example, will there be a possibility that they counsel a little bit more aggressively? So somebody who doesn't need a surgery also might they might suggest.
That all ethical aspect has to be there. Ethical aspect has to be there. At the end of the day, everything that needs to be validated. So without validating, nothing can happen.
So incentive based on the ethical standards.
Ethical standards.
So that is also you have to balance both.
Balance both.
So how do you derive an incentive system for the staff?
Oh, okay. So what type of different type of staffs are there in the hospital? Okay. So incentive has to be given based on certain revenues. So what is the revenue that we are generating? Based on that, incentive has to be given to the people. Number one. So suppose the hospital has some target for this month. If they achieve that target, what is the suppose if it's 100% is a target. Suppose people are exceeding the target 100 to 105 if they are exceeding. What is that 5% extra money they have gained? Certain portion that can be shared with the people.
So this is like overall revenue. Let's say I say my hospital target is 10 lakhs a month. And if they achieve 12 lakhs, so
12
that
lakh.
out of the 2 lakhs,
2 lakhs,
you give a percentage among all the staff.
All the stuffs that can be given. That is one thing.
Okay.
Second thing, to increase the revenue.
Mm.
We need to identify the sources. Number one sources, surgery has to happen.
Mm.
So counseling has to happen. The patient's proper, the learning has to be given to the patients. So
Okay.
somebody has to convert that patient. The patient will come. The converting patient to surgery or converting the patient into, now the billing process has to happen,
Mm.
for which somebody is doing excellent work.
Okay.
Then that person can be incentivized.
Okay.
That is one thing.
So, for example, if a counselor is counseling and improving the number of surgeries, so you
Yes,
give an incentive to the counselor.
counselors.
So, what is how do we calculate? Is it like per surgery we give him 100 rupees, 200 rupees, or how
Depends
do
upon the surgeries.
Okay.
Suppose if we have high revenue making surgery will be there,
Mm.
a smaller surgery will be there. Some baseline that we need, we can have some baseline. For every time, for getting this, you said not 10 lakh rupee.
Mm.
For getting the 10 lakh rupee, these are all the basic surgery that needs to happen.
Okay.
For which certain level of incentive that we can give. For 10 to 12, so where the people have to focus. The high revenue making surgeries, then we can give some incentive. Some different models that we can work it out. That
Okay.
is the one thing. So that we can have. Third revenue making generation is a selling. In the hospital, selling has to
Retail,
happen. Yeah,
opticals,
retail, opticals or
pharmacy.
pharmacy. These are all the areas. Certain portion we can give as an incentive.
Mm.
Then people will work for the hospital. Yes, I will be getting this salary for monthly. And if I do something extra or if I am focusing extra, then I can get something extra money. That is monetary incentives. There are a lot of non-monetary incentives also we need to think.
Okay. So before that, the monetary incentives, if I could understand it properly, one thing is you take the overall revenue, say if you reach more than the target, and if whatever percentage is done extra, you give a percentage split among all the staffs.
Yes.
The second thing is whoever is contributing, for example, a counselor contributing or an optometrist contributing to a contact lens sales, you give them a small percentage or a small fixed amount for each conversion. That, for example, counselor gets 200 rupees for each surgery. If she counsels 50 surgeries, she gets 10,000 rupees additional, more than the salary also. The third thing is the retail sales also, they get an incentive. That is understood. So now these are monetary incentives, which so another understanding is bonus should not be confused with incentives.
Bonus is a statutory element. As per the government law, bonus has to be paid. So
Okay.
bonus cannot be included in the incentive part.
Because many doctors or hospital owners believe that, oh, I am giving them bonus. Why should I again give incentive? So bonus is, as you mentioned, is a legal requirement.
Statutory requirements. That's a mandatory people.
So it should not be confused or mixed with the incentive. That is separate. This is. So what are the non-monetary incentives?
Non-monetary incentive is a recognition part. So number one, what is a recognition that we can give? A skill development. Suppose an employee feels, I came here as a raw hand. Today I have gained 3-4 skills. Yearly, if I'm going to get 2 more skills, that is an additional thing. So that is a one non-monetary. The recognition will come. My career advancement. That is the one thing. Skill development programs that we can have. So that is one kind of incentive. People will be attracted with that skill. So that is one thing. Second thing, small engagement activities. Today, many people, many organizations are now not able to do the engagement activities. So a lot of organizations are, bigger hospitals are doing this engagement activities. Engagement activities in the sense, celebrating a birthday, celebrating the anniversary, celebrating some festivals, the smaller way. So people have to engaged now. The 8 hours people are working in a month. So month end celebrations. Call all the people, cut a cake. So performer of the month, we can give some small prize. Not even a big monetary kind of thing, a smaller things that can be given. So that kind of
an employee of the month.
Employee of the month. Certain things can
So
be
what
given.
you say is, apart from, because working every day in a hospital is a monotonous job, so give them something different, some excitement, which they also feel that the organization is really taking it. There are some hospitals which are also doing things like paying the school fee of the children. So those kind of things, do we do only for staff who's getting a lower level salary, say somebody who's getting less than 20,000, 15,000, or when we pay school fees, should we do it for every staff? Like even doctors, there are doctors working, but they are earning pretty well. Should we, why do we pay the school fee of a doctor's children?
Today, yes, there are certain hospitals are paying school fees. Even I know for housekeeping staff, the school fees are paid. Because today, that's not now paying a school fee is the organization interested, they can do it. Normally, if you see that we cannot continue with this kind of practices.
Okay.
So now, whatever that we are giving, that should be consistently we need to follow. Not for one people that we are following, for not other people, that will not have much impact.
Okay. So just because out of excitement we don't do things which we cannot continue for lifelong. That is what
there are other things, but some hospitals are practicing. So they will have some tie-up with some schools.
Okay.
So they will give preference, but the particular school, the hospital owner go and talk to that people. So my staff give admission to the
some
kind
discount
of
in the
that's
fees.
comes the fees discount. These are all the things that we can do it. Instead of paying a fees fee that will not satisfy the employee also. Okay.
What about some organizations giving food, like employees get, like I see in big corporates, like if somebody goes and works in Lucas TV, they get a canteen is there, they get free food, or the food is very minimal, subsidized, 2 rupees, you get a full meal. So smaller organizations also, should they do that? Is it feasible or possible?
Now, again, meal, the purpose of giving meal we need to understand. So why we want to give meal to an employee? What I have seen, the manufacturing industry, they are giving it.
Correct.
So manufacturing, they need to give because the work situation is something different. So in the hospital setup, even if you give meal also, how many people are willing to take it up? Okay, the hostel is there. Yes, of course, we can give some subsidized rate, some food can be given. But there are some lot of other things are there now. Refreshments, snacks, those kind of things, then people are started giving it. That is a good practices also. So many organizations, I know the summer month people will give, instead of coffee they will give buttermilk. Those kind of things people are giving it. These are all smaller welfare measures that we can do it.
So even if you don't give a full lunch, at least give them some good coffee, snacks in between.
That's all important.
Because many organizations I see, they give coffee to the patients, but they don't give coffee to their own
That's
staff.
all. Today, these are all mandatory things. So people expect something to drink.
Correct.
I know many people, many hospitals, even proper water facility. Even that is also not extended to the employee.
Correct.
Because there is no water dispenser, purified water. These are all not there. So better to have this kind of basic communities we need to have. A proper toilet for the staff, a proper place for the staff to sit and eat. I know many smaller places people will sit under the staircase, they will eat. Give them a dedicated place where people can go. The dignified way of treating people.
That is more better than giving them a lunch or anything.
The people will tell, I have a lunch room where I can go and eat food.
They need to relax a little bit.
I have some good water to drink. These are all the facilities we can give.
So the next important aspect is training, because what I see is, let's say an optometrist working in an eye hospital or an OT technician, they are doing the same job day in and day out for say years, 15 years, 20 years, and because they are going every day morning, they start work at 9 o'clock, finish by 6 o'clock, so they don't have an opportunity to upgrade their skills or learn something new, and smaller organizations are not able to train their staff. What is the importance of training, and how do smaller organizations also give training to their staff?
Smaller organizations have a lot of opportunities for giving training to the people. They need to give training because bigger hospitals, they can hire a well-trained person from any other hospitals.
Correct.
A smaller hospital person, after gaining an experience, that person wants to go to the bigger hospital to gain further experience. That exposure we need to give it to the that employee even in the smaller hospitals. Okay, there are two type of training that we can give. So one is a skill level of training. Even we cannot give advanced skill development training, because whether the hospital should have that provision to practice. The hospital is not having that provision to practice, the giving advanced training is not required. So whatever the basic requirement, whatever the requirement is needed for that hospital, that technical skill that has to be given to the people. That is one thing. Second thing is a behavioral training. So behavioral training, it's a consistent, constant program. So people have to be given an opportunity. So people have to, end of the day, people have to tell how I have groomed my personality, what are the new things that I have learned today, how I'm going to make a decision making. So what kind of relationship then I have to make. Even the relationship building program, even that will useful for the family also. So these are all some soft skill activities that if you are giving, then bonding will be
So
more.
these trainings, should they be given by the hospital themselves, or do we get external people to
Both
come?
the ways things can happen. That's
Okay.
what the initial thing that we have talked about, the HR. The role of HR, not only to recruiting people, not only do the maintenance job, payroll, leave management, those kind of things. Second important thing for the HR is to what kind of personality development initiatives that organizations are going to give.
So HR can be, let's say a hospital has only 10 employees. Do we still need a HR?
No, whether you have 10 employee or 5 employee, the designated person of HR, we need to see in a different angle. Suppose if you are having one machine in a hospital, you will have one technician to maintain that machine. If you are having 10 people in a hospital, we need a person to maintain the 10 people.
Okay.
So we cannot take it for granted.
So can we designate one of our existing staff only as the HR, and then, or should we take a trained HR?
Yeah, that's what the problem now. So HR skills that can be a trainable skills. We need not have an academic qualification, but a competency training that we can give to a person who is capable of managing people. So that in existing people, a multitasking, a smaller hospital, a multitasking, a role of HR is needed today. Instead of having a HR designated people, somebody can be a HR coordinator kind of a person. The person who sits in the front office, he can do front office job and can be a HR coordinator for that particular unit. So that kind of a designated role that we can create, but that person have to be trained.
Okay. So now, because we have come to the topic of training, so you are planning to start this HR training along with Ophthall. So can you elaborate a little bit about how that is going to help the hospitals?
Yes. When we are talking about a HR for the hospital, it's a unique program that what I am proposed to have it, because we cannot have a generic module. So what a manufacturing industry is required, what a retail industry is required, what a telecom industry is required. For hospital, there are two kind of things: developing people for patient safety.
Yeah.
That is the one core idea for developing this model. Whenever people are developed, then only it will result in patient safety. That means the first model, what we are going to talk about, how many people I need to have for my hospital. So today that logic, many are not having it.
Okay.
So for my hospital, what is the different type of, what is the skill level is required?
So adequate. What is the adequate number?
Adequate
So
number.
this is going to be like an online course, sir? Like it's online
Yeah, we
modules.
can have online program because generation is used to learn through online.
So this program, should it be attended by the person whom we are going to designate as HR in the hospital, or can it be even attended by the hospital owner? Like a small hospital owner, is a doctor who runs the hospital, takes care of the management. So this program, I think from whatever you're telling, right from the basics to the statutory and then training and everything, will be apt for both the doctor and the person, HR person. It's
both the people it's
can
required.
attend.
Both the
Okay.
people it's required.
Okay.
Because all the statutory compliance owner should also No, because in a smaller hospital, a hospital owner should also know what is ESI benefits.
Okay.
Suppose a person met with an accident, who is accountable for that person's treatment? So these are all smaller things even a owner can also understand.
Yeah. So now getting back to the other common problem, many times the biggest problem which we see in hospital is staff using mobile phones while working. So sometime whenever they get a time, they are always in WhatsApp, they are in a phone call, or they are seeing some Instagram reels. So what kind of restriction? I'm sure we cannot say you should not have your mobile phone. So how do we actually control and make it optimally used?
There is a biggest challenge today. Asking people not to use the mobile phone, then even today, people are willing to leave that job also. That is the biggest thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you say no Instagram, people might leave the job.
People may leave also. No, the phone is the mandatory thing.
So how do we balance it?
No, that we cannot avoid. But only thing, the proper education has to be there. So what is the priority? The priority, people have to understand that kind of education has to be given to the people. When the patient is there, yes, people are having a little sense in today. Yeah, whenever I'm dealing with the patients, I should not use the mobile phone. Whenever I'm doing a serious business, I should not use the mobile phone. So whatever leisure time, if they go and see, watch, then we cannot avoid those kind of things. If you are avoiding, the people will take the mobile phone, go to the restroom, they will watch and they will come.
Correct.
So we cannot avoid. Suppose if you're, if you're taking away the mobile phone, keeping it in the locker also, so people will not interested to work. So today,
so what you say is by educating them of the responsibility, you cannot force
yes,
them, but you can always educate them that okay, patient care stands first, and so that is then they become a little mature to use it whenever.
Then another alternative thing I'm telling, so a lot of programs that we need to give it through the mobile phone. So today, yeah, you have 10 minutes a program that is appearing for your skill development in the mobile phone. You can see and watch. The end of the day, people have to respond. That kind of culture we need to create. Even if people can watch your reels, okay, fine. We can also put a reel. People can watch that reel. But end of the day, watching a reel, they have to give some commands or people have to do something. That kind of education that we can give. Simultaneously, they can also watch. Yes, you watch my program also. Give your feedbacks.
Okay. The other biggest question hospital owners have is salary increment. Like, is there a standard structure? Like every year, do I increase by 10% or what is your so incentives we have covered, but in terms of salary increment, how do you go about?
So increment, so people are expecting today. So people are seeing after completion of 1 year, what is the organization is going to pay for me. That expectation is there.
Is there any standard form?
Yeah, if we want to talk about a standard form, yes, suppose if you are going for the minimum wage. So minimum wage is a one basic thing. This is the minimum wage that I can give. Then there is a DA increase. Okay. So every year, so DA will be increased from one level to next level. DA will be increased. So that incremental aspect that we need to give it to them. Second thing, that is one thing, basic fundamental thing. Second thing, a performance linked increment. This is automatic. Whether you like it or not, the government increases 200 rupees DA, that we need to share it with the people.
So basically, many hospitals don't split the salary into DA and all. So basically, they give a fixed salary. So what is the rule to? How do we split that salary?
Yeah, today after the new wage code comes, the salary has to be minimum wages.
Okay.
So government has given a minimum wage.
Minimum wage. Yeah.
Minimum wage that has to be paid.
Okay.
Minimum wage has to be paid.
Okay.
Then rest of the things with allowances and other things, whether you want to have it, you can have it. Or otherwise, that minimum wages has to be paid. Suppose the government says the minimum wage is 16,000 rupees. 16,000 rupees has to be given.
Okay. So we don't create the allowances inside the minimum wage. Minimum wage is separate.
Minimum wage is the base wages.
And DA, travel, all those.
These are all secondary things. Whatever you want to give, you can give.
Okay.
Additional thing.
HRA. So the increment is only on the DA part or the minimum wage?
The minimum wage, they will not increase year on year. So whatever the notification that comes, then DA will be increased year on year.
Because what our staff is expecting is, say somebody gets a salary of 20,000 rupees. They want an increase of 10% or 15% every year.
That's what I'm telling. There are two kind of increment. One is, so what is the basic normal DA increases? That portion is an automatic portion. Second thing is a performance linked incentive. Performance linked incentive, that we can play with the people. Okay. So all the people are not you cannot keep all the people in the same rank. So people who have extremely performed well, then we need to have a criteria. Then people will ask. So what is the high performance level? Doing a job is not the high performance level. Yeah, because I'm getting a 10,000 rupees salary. For the 10,000 rupees salary, I need to perform ABCD activities. If I'm doing ABCD activities, yes, you will be given a minimum wage. Yeah, basic salary increase that I will be giving you. What is exceeding the basic work? I'm a basic work is, how much extra work that I'm doing it. What are the additional job that I have learned during the year? What are the new skills that I have gained? How many training program I have attended? What is my punctuality level? These are all the few parameters we need to see.
From what I understand is, basically don't have a blanket increase, but link it with the performance. And then people also understand, if I perform well, I'll get a better salary.
Normally there is a formula, I will tell you. So input factor and output factor.
Okay.
So output factor, what the person has delivered. Input factor, what the person has gained over the 1 year, last 1 year. What are the inputs that contributed for this output? Input maybe is punctuality. Input could be her obedience. Input could be on the learning new skills. So input could be on adhering to the time schedules. These are a lot of other things, input elements. Output is only the result. So what,
like how many patients they have surgeries and all. What is the revenue contribution they have made? Okay, that is understandable. So basically, because the biggest challenge for healthcare organizations these days is managing this manpower. Other biggest problem we see is underperformers. We see that, okay, this person is toxic, or there are two kinds of people. One is like a toxic person. He kind of infects everybody, brings down the organization. That is one kind of people. The second kind of people is underperformers. Whatever we say, they don't follow it, and they're not contributing anything to the organization. So how do we deal with these two people?
Yeah. There is always in the organization there is a clash between loyalty versus performance, productivity. So many people are thinking a loyal person is asset to the organization. Then productivity people, so today's context, people who are highly productive, they may not be loyal to the organization. If you give me 1 year time, I will produce whatever that you are expecting. I will produce, then after that I will leave. There are people, they will not focus on the productivity. I want to be loyal to the organization. 5 years, 10 years, 6 years, I will be there in the organization, but my contribution to the organization will not be there. So it is a right thing. We need to match between the two things. Loyalty versus productivity. So we need to define, first of all, we need to define what is underperformance. If we are not having a proper definition on underperformance, the challenge will happen. Okay. So people will tell, sir, every day I'm coming and sitting and working things. Then why you are defining me under performance category? Somebody will tell, yes, I'm contributing this much of level. Then what makes you to keep me in this underperformance category? So first of all, definition has to be given underperformance.
So we need to clearly say, okay, if you are not converting 50 patients in a month, or if you're not doing this much sale in a month, or if you're not delivering this kind of a patient care, that is, and so what your meaning is, we need to clearly define what is underperformance.
Yes, define what is performance and define what is underperformance. Okay. That is one thing. Second thing, once we are identifying is an underperformer, we need to give them an opportunity for the people to perform.
Okay.
That is called performance improvement plan.
Okay.
In many organizations, people will call it a PIP,
Mm.
Performance Improvement Plan. Suppose if you have idea, first 3 months is a period where people can learn, understand, and they need to start working on it.
Mm.
After the 3 months, clear cut deliverables that has to be given to the employee.
Mm.
These are all the 5 deliverables I'm expecting from you. So you have to support the people, give direction for the people to perform.
Okay.
If the people are not performing,
Mm.
then the person have to be put under the PIP,
Mm.
Performance Improvement Plan.
Mm.
The Performance Improvement Plan will have two kind of things. Yes, these are all the things we have expected, you have not done it.
Mm.
I'm giving a 90 days time or 60 days time or 30 days time. Try to improve on these areas.
Mm.
Okay. For performing this level, the person needs some skills also.
Mm.
So we need to give an opportunity for the person to understand, learn the skills from the peers or from the supervisor or from the colleagues, whatever may be the thing.
Mm.
So we need to define everything very clearly. This is your target, you have not achieved it. But I'm giving 1 more month of time. You achieve these things.
Mm.
These are all the gaps we have identified. I'm giving opportunity for you to, yes, this is your mentor. Go and talk to the mentor. He will guide you. He will, tell you how to do kind of right things. If the two things are not matching, even if you give an opportunity, person is not able to perform, then we can categorize that person under underperformance category.
Okay. And we have to take a decision.
Take a decision. There are two kind of decisions that we can take a decisions. Number one, if the person attitude is very poor, then we have to
terminate.
Say a terminate thing. Attitude is good. His skill level is little bit improvement is required. We can give an opportunity for the person to improve the skill level. So now these two things are important: attitude and skills. The attitude is not there, we cannot retain, then we cannot keep that person. There is a skill gap, there's an opportunity we can give to improve that skill gap.
So even if the skill is not there, if they have a good attitude to learn, we can always utilize them. So the other question is, because hospitals are smaller organizations, they don't do any kind of background check of somebody applying for a job. For basically, let's say they have worked in some other hospital, but generally that is a competitor hospital. We don't ask them like, why did this staff leave the job and all. So what is the importance of background check before we take a staff? Because many times we see so many staffs, there is a lot of pilferage happening in the hospital, particularly in the retail, opticals or pharmacy areas. So how do we, is there a professional way to do a background check and for these staff before we hire them?
Yeah, that is an important thing. But what people are doing today, for the need of scarcity, immediately somebody is applying, we are taking it.
Correct.
That is the one thing. The first of all, we need to get the proper whether the person is having a relieving order or not. So today, that's the culture we need to bring in all the hospitals. A person is leaving, the person has to be given with a relieving order. With that relieving order only, that person can go and join in some other organizations. Because what is the, suppose if you are not giving the relieving order, what that in small the poor boy or girl is going to do? It's end of the day, the person also should survive.
Correct.
Yeah. So first of all, we need to have a common understanding. Whether this person, even the relieving order itself, even we want to mention it also, we can mention it. Instead of put bad, we can put some satisfactory level or something else.
So when we hire a staff, we should insist on a relieving order from the previous organization.
Okay. Suppose a person is terminated or an integrity issues, even that organization will not give relieving order.
Yeah.
Absconded person will not get the relieving order. So relieving order, now that we need to have it a mandatory a document for joining.
Any other ways, like apart from relieving order? How do we check the background?
Background verification that we can have. So,
like any agencies?
Agencies are there. So agencies are there. They will charge some minimum level where people can go on with. They will background verification that can happen. So better in an organization, somebody is there, no? An HR coordinator. So what is the basic thing? We need to have 5-6 basic questions. Then we can ask that previously worked organization person. We can ask few questions. The bigger hospitals can appoint a agency, but smaller hospitals
Cannot.
need not appoint a.
Practically, it's
Practically,
not
it's very
possible.
difficult.
Okay. So the other question is like doctors. How when we are taking in doctors into an organization, there are two, three ways. So one is on a pure salary basis. Like many corporate hospitals take the doctors on a salary. They say like, okay, you get a salary of 2 lakhs a month, 3 lakhs a month, maybe small incentives. Other way is like taking a doctor as a consultant. So basically, we say like, okay, you come and join us, and whatever revenue you are contributing, surgeries we will give you this much. OPD fees you get a percentage. How do you? Which is better, taking in a salary model or a consultant model? And if it's in a consultant model, like how do we split the how what kind of income from the OPD goes to this consultant and to the hospital? Surgery, how much the hospital gets, how much, or is there like any
No, no,
standardization?
there are two, three way of
Mm,
sourcing a doctor.
yeah.
Yeah, the hospitals really need a
Mm,
full-time consultant.
mm, mm,
So somebody has to manage the entire hospital. A
mm.
clinician, without a clinician, a hospital cannot be run.
Yeah.
Okay, suppose if the basic requirement for appointing a full-time consultant, yes, that is one thing that we can do it. Okay,
Mm,
that is one thing. That is simplest way. Yes, we need to do it. Second thing is a retainer model.
mm.
The retainer model, even we can call a consultant, we need not pay the full salary. For
Okay.
example, I'm a retainer. I can be given a fixed salary of X person for 20,000 rupees for a
A
doctor.
minimum
Minimum,
retainer.
minimum guaranteed amount
Okay.
plus incentive.
Whatever revenue they are
Whatever the revenue
bringing.
share that we can get. Because we need to see if the particular doctor has to come on everyday basis.
Mm.
Suppose Dr. X will be at the OP time between 8 to 10 o'clock, that the doctor has to come.
Okay.
Then for which we need to pay a smaller money, a smaller portion. The rest of the things are
So
retention
if we
basis.
pay a retainer, we have to insist that they have to come for fixed hours in a
Fixed
day.
hours.
And
Yeah.
generally in eye hospitals, what happens is, say, I think in general hospitals also, OPD charges, a larger percentage is given to the consultant.
Yes.
Say out of 100 rupees, 80 goes to the
Yes.
consultant, 20 to the hospital. Surgery, for example, like cataract surgery, we can reduce the cost of consumables. For example, cataract surgery is 40,000 rupees. Cost of consumables is say 10,000. That is taken out because that is anyway spent by the hospital. But the remaining 30,000 percentage is going, say 70 to the 60 to the doctor who is operating, 40 to the hospital, 50-50. Lot of different ways are there. And in terms of investigations, for example, a scan or OCT, majority goes to the hospital. Say 60 goes to the hospital, 40 to the consultant, or 70 to the hospital, 40 to the consultant. That model has worked out really well. Only problem is people are willing to come as a consultant only when there is enough footfalls. Like a new hospital, people may not become a consultant because they're not going to earn money. Basically, because there is not enough number of patients to give them a fixed income. Then we have to take them on a salaried basis. But most of the corporate eye hospitals take people on a salary base. Doctors, most of the doctors in a corporate hospital is salaried because they can afford to give them a bigger salary. So that is the thing. So very interesting, sir. I think I learned a lot from today's discussion, and to give the viewers about our information about our HR course, maybe within 1 month we'll be launching the online modules with sir about these HR aspects, right from how many number of staff you have to have to the regulatory things to the softwares you can use and training, and every module sir is going to talk about it. And you can attend on your own, or you can even register your staff for this course. More details will be shared in our website ophthall.in. And this is going to be another initiative of the Ophthall Academy. And thanks to you for
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very
sharing all
much.
your knowledge, sir. And because whatever you are telling has come from, I think, 40 years of ground level experience, which is very difficult for another person to replicate. And thank you for being a part of Ophthal, and
Thank you. Thank you
we are
very
looking
much.
forward to working with you more, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you very
Thanks.
much. Thank you.
So I hope you had a very interesting knowledge gained from this session which we had today with Mr. John Shaker. He will also be sharing all his 40 years of experience which he has gained in the field of HR through the Ophthall Academy, through the HR course, which either the doctor himself can attend or you can recruit one of your staff to attend the course. Soon the details about this online course will be available in our website ophthal.in. Within the next 20 days we plan to launch these courses, and looking forward to all your participation in this course and improving the level of HR in your hospital. Basically, because if you are running your business, if you are able to manage your staff properly, I think most of your business headaches are over. So managing a business is nothing but managing your staff. And I'm sure this Ophthal Academy's HR course will be helpful for this. And looking forward to seeing you in another episode of Ophthal Podcast.